The holidays are getting here, Adam. I know it doesn't feel like it, but they're on their way.
It was a little chilly last night, so I believe it's coming.
The fall is in the air. But the problem is people need money to buy gifts for loved ones.
And they got a list. Unless you're listing, people can't buy it if it's not on the internet.
If you're looking to make some money and you're looking to make it fast, you got that death pile of clothing. Cellhound is for you.
We've got some good friends over there. Suzanne, she's been helping us out.
She's been liking our videos. I don't know if you've seen over on our YouTube page, but she's been making comments. She loves us, Adam. I don't know what we did right, but she loves us.
It's because you brought up Gene Simmons. That's why.
It didn't hurt.
Well, our friends at Cellhound are giving you a special offer. If you go on there, sign up for an account, it'll allow you, it'll help you to get your clothing items, your death pile. It'll help you to get listed a lot faster, which means more sales.
I mean, your clothing, your shoes, your women's handbag, purse type items.
I know you got a lot of those, so let's help you out. Let's get those items listed. Derek, how can they qualify for that?
Well, first off, they're going to let you do your first 3 for free. Just try it out and see if you like it. Learn how it works. So you can't beat free.
You're out of nothing.
Everyone knows if they're going to do it for free, you're going to get hooked.
If it's free, it's for me.
After that, you just put in Death Piles, all capitalized, Death Piles 25, and you'll get 25% off whatever subscription you decide to go with.
That sounds like a wonderful deal to help you make more money. And like I said, that's what they're all about, is helping you get that bottom line so you can enjoy the things you want to enjoy.
Get some holiday cash.
And spend it at everywhere you want on the internet.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Well, D-Roy, we're back in action. This is the Death Piles and Taxes podcast, where we're just lucky that you're alive.
Yeah, it's good to be alive. It's good to be here in studio. I'm going to try to bring it, but I'm a little fatigued, and my voice isn't quite what she used to be. But I'm here.
Well, you look like a different man.
A for effort. I might be body snatchers or something.
I mean, the beard is thinned and trimmed. I mean, you just look like a new man.
Yeah, that will do it to you. So, yeah, we'll see how the episode goes. But Death Piles and Taxes, we're here to talk all things Death Piles and Taxes. And right now is it's the season to be selling.
It is the selling season. Like I said, if you didn't hear Derek, he was the Rona got him. So it's been a while since we've been in person. We missed a week. We just
We keep saying we missed a week. We're still over. We had the bonus episodes.
Okay.
I'm not going to take that one.
Okay. Well,
We did bonus work, so when the Rona got me, we were even, if nothing else.
But we had some listeners that was the first time we posted late.
That's true.
So
If any of those listeners want to learn how to edit and just do it for us, they can. I can pump out the audio. Well, it'd be better luck if we pumping out the audio. There was no way that was getting edited.
You weren't pumping out much since those.
Oh, I was pumping out plenty. Don't you worry about that.
You were down and out for the count. So.
Yes, sir. It was. Yeah, we had. You listened to last week's episode. I go on and on about it.
You'll catch it. So see, it's selling season, huh?
It's selling season. Apparently, Cyber Monday, which I have a really funny story that I can't share because it will get back to the people that I can't be talking about it. But basically, Cyber Monday was yesterday as we record.
What did Susan do?
And as we record, well, let's just say Cyber Monday's on the internet, and I didn't want to have to say that to anybody when they're trying to tell me that they can go to the store and get all these deals for Cyber Monday and load the cars.
Wow.
That didn't happen.
Did you see how he glazed right over that one? He didn't say anything. He didn't do anything.
My Christmas tree's giving up the ghost. It's Christmas tree is probably over 20 years old. It's probably the longest relationship I've had with anything right now that's still with me. And on my middle, so it's the 3-column fake tree.
Yeah.
Middle column got short or something, lights just aren't having it.
Oh.
Well, you don't want to go buy you a Christmas tree right now. They're hundreds of dollars. So I'll just go buy one after the season for 80% off.
Do you need one? I've got one that you could borrow.
Yeah, well, this works. It has the top and the bottom. You just put the decorations on the middle. You can't see, but there's no lights anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you meant you didn't put up a Christmas tree.
No, it's up and trying. Well, after after the Rona, you clean up the house and all that, and then it's like, well, we might as well put up the tree.
See, and I'll tell you what you do. That's your problem. You bought a pre-lit tree. You never buy pre-lit trees.
It's lasted 20 years.
I don't care.
How many trees have you had in the last 20 years?
I don't know. I don't.
More than one?
When I was in college, I didn't put up a Christmas tree.
More than one.
I don't live close to home.
Well, la-di-da, when I was in college, I didn't believe in Christmas. The
Yes,
fat man didn't visit me. I didn't put up a tree.
that's true. Well, you're probably, if you can get 20 years out of
That's what I'm saying. It's
well,
done as well. I just need a new middle. That's why you should go on eBay and just look for a middle section of this exact tree.
No.
I just need the middle.
I just need the middle section. Well, you know what's going to happen. If you get the middle section, then the top section would go.
Yeah, it's once one goes, it all goes. But
I will say the one thing. I put up some Christmas lights a couple weeks ago.
I've been by your house, I've seen it. We go on the tour.
We got
Looks
excited.
good.
I put some more up. The tree needed a little bit more. I felt like we ought to get a little more festive. But I did come to the realization it is not worth my time nor effort or frustration to try and pull out every single bulb and test it to try and replace it for a $3 strand of lights.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't came up with something like where that just works without the short in the line. Maybe that's all I got. It's a short somewhere. I just need to go through each bulb.
I'm not doing it. If it doesn't work, I throw it away.
Well, that's why we sell stuff on eBay, because
That's right.
people throw away stuff that's perfectly good.
Yes.
And they take the time, you go through each strand, and you can sell that. You can sell that light of strand of lights for $2.50.
Yes, well, I'm not doing it.
But yeah, so reportedly Cyber Monday was record breaking.
Yes.
A lot of people buy newer, like not typically the stuff that we're reselling or talking about. So a lot of our stores were probably a little slower. You're just hoping to get some residual while they're out driving and buying stuff vertically online. Vertically meaning, I don't know why I threw that one in there, but you're hoping they'll see some of your stuff, and
Wow.
a lot of my stuff is stuff that you buy for yourself kind of stuff, and I think that's a lot of what we sell, especially if it's not new in box. I mean, a lot of people are buying the new, the Nintendo Switches, or the flat screen TVs, or maybe you're getting a new sectional or something like that.
Oh, sectional.
A sectional, couch.
Gotcha.
Maybe you're getting a new bed. And so that's where a lot of this money comes from, usually through, the Black Friday to about Cyber Monday. It's a lot of the big stores getting the money.
It's the big box guys.
But it's still good to be online, and, all things are saying it's going to be record setting again in the online world where we're at. People are going to get gift cards, people are going to get money for Christmas, people are going to be last minute needing to buy stuff, and if you're there, you're going to make the money.
Can I tell you, I enjoy a good gift card, but I don't use it. Like, we have...
That's where they get you.
In our console, like, I looked the other day, like, we have, 7 different restaurants and things, and so they're in there, it's nice to have, but I will tell you this, I really appreciate, I love my brother. I mean, he's a great guy. You know why I love my brother?
Because you have to.
Well, but we just get the text. My sister sent out this text message, and if this gets back, you know what, it's fine, because I'll say this to everyone. You get the text message, and you have you, your wife, your siblings, their spouses. So there's me and 2 siblings, and then there's their spouses. So there's 6 people total. And you get the name, and you have to... I don't know what to buy them. I don't know what to buy, and then you give it to me. So my brother says, we're kiboshing it. We're only doing it for the kids. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that's where it needs to get. I've had a few conversations with people that I'm also not going to throw out on the podcast, who I'm not related to, that, it just needs to be for the kids, enough of the adults having the parties.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's nice, I get it, but you get 20 people in a family, and everyone wants a gift, and there's $2,000, and
So-
you give them all what?
But
Yeah.
you buy
It
them...
has to be fair, and they trade. You might as well all take $20 out of your wallet and just rotate it and hand it to the next person.
Yeah,
and you keep your money and you spend your money, and then go buy something you want on eBay.
You get a $25 gift certificate, I give you a $25 gift card, we neither even use this, we're out $50. The problem is out of all of these sibling gifts, this was finally the year that I could get something for my brother-in-law that I knew he would enjoy, and it would be a good gift. We're talking one of those Michael Jordan PSA graded cards.
Oh, there you go.
That was one of those.
Well, you still could. You could still be that guy that just comes in the back door and says, "Here you go, buddy."
That was my my rabbit in the hole. That's kind of my thing. But
That's what you're pulling. Well, you can sell on eBay and maybe give them an eBay gift card. That's what I always tell people is buy an eBay gift card, so then they have to come buy from eBay. So we're supporting each other. Maybe they'll come buy something from Adam. Maybe they'll buy it from me. Maybe they'll buy it from who knows where. But you put them in that platform, and it's not a Sizzler card that they never go and get the steak on.
I just drove by and noticed the Sizzler up in Orem is closed.
Oh, well, there you go.
One Pro was still open with
Hey.
the Sizzler there.
Hey, let me say this while we're at it. Well, I'm not dead yet. The Orem Owls, you deserve everything you got.
Oh, wow.
Everything that they got. If you remember, I was quite we had a feud
Local
going.
celebrity.
We had a feud going.
Yeah.
We had our Deathpiles and Taxes night at the ball game. We had people from all across the country show up.
That's true.
We participated in several events. We had our own section,
That's right.
and they kind of did us dirty for a little bit, and I was quite upset.
You had a gift certificate that was coming to you that's rightfully yours.
It was delayed for probably about as long as the Rona's been. It was like 6 months.
Yes,
It was a while, and I had to publicly shame them enough.
you did.
And now they've up and moved to like New Scranton, Colorado or somewhere.
Puebla.
No, it was somewhere else. It was somewhere I'd never even heard of.
Yeah, I won't even use the term.
Anyway,
The meth capital of Colorado.
you deserve whatever you get there, Owls.
Yes, minor league baseball came
Now
out.
when they come play the Raptors, I can go cheer against. I think I will.
I wonder if they're going to still use the Owls name.
Oh, probably. It's too cheap to pay for some new logo.
That is true. But yeah, we had a little what do you want to call it? Skiff with the local baseball team organization. They just announced that they're only bringing back one organization, and the other organization here lives in Utah is leaving the state, and that was the one that Derek had a guff with. So we're not sad to see you leave.
If everything goes right, maybe I'll buy my own minor league team, bring it to town.
Hey, you've been selling enough cards on eBay. I could see you doing it.
Yeah. So and we got the empty stadium up there. I'm sure.
Pennies on the dollar.
I'm sure these guys don't make a whole lot. So I'm gonna call up the San Diego Padres when this is done and see what this is gonna take.
Yeah, see what we got to do to get a place back here.
Oh, get the Rona cough. Don't do that to this guy.
Yeah, easy there. So
Hey, good news on the eBay front. I was gonna bring this up a few weeks ago, but obviously didn't. They accidentally made an announcement that they were going to have.
Derek is the new CEO.
No, that would be not great.
That would be amazing, phenomenal for the corporation.
For those of us that buy and sell sports cards, they're going to have a 75-cent shipping option that has tracking information.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring your cost to sell things down and also to buy things down. I think it's going to be up to 3 ounces if I remember right. All the details didn't come out because as soon as they announced it, it was like, whoops, we weren't supposed to say that yet. But basically, there's going to be an option. It's mainly for sports cards, probably for... you can probably get away with postcards and stuff like that, but 75 cents to ship a raw card that's a great deal.
It's phenomenal.
Especially when you're looking to buy, because a lot of times, you're looking at $3 to $4 because that's just what it costs to ship basically, and then the card they're making maybe 50 cents to $1 off of.
Yeah.
Unless it's something, coveted or something like that.
That's a great thing. I mean, like shipping costs are they're constantly going up, which is, don't get me wrong, like I understand. When you think about what it takes, like you're physically sending something from central Utah to New York or something from New York to, I don't know, Wisconsin, like that's a long way. And when you pay $3, $4, $5,
yeah,
think about it.
I mean, I might have my fights with the post office, but the service that they actually do, they're not making money on the deal.
No.
Think this out. It's going away. They're going to put it in some trucks.
Yeah.
They're going to get there 98% of the time, and nothing's damaged or wrong. It gets delivered in the right spot, and
And
people
think
are
about
happy.
how the volume of things that they go through.
Oh, millions of packages a year.
Which would bring it, I don't know if you've noticed as you drive around, especially this time of year, have you noticed the severe increase of Amazon Prime trucks driving around?
Yes, well, that's one of the new things where they start selling routes like FedEx does. So
We
you
talked
can
about
buy
that.
your own route.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people. All time of day, night.
Sunday included.
Sunday at 10 o'clock at night, you'll see them out there still trying to get those packages delivered. So.
Yeah, we had talked about this a year ago. I remember reading the article. Basically, Amazon Prime was pulling the reins back, and they said, "Hey, we can ship this ourselves." So They're getting better. In fact, they just announced a big, huge distribution center here locally in Utah, here about 30 minutes from us. So how do they ship it so fast?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They got the warehouses all over. So basically, you have your truck. It comes. They have the assembly line. You know, the old not assembly line, but what are those things? Conveyor belts.
Yeah.
So you got those systems, and they just scan and go to the right place. The guy throws it on a truck, and they're out the door.
It's amazing the kind of accuracy.
The technology and the accuracy and all that is really getting there, really getting amazing. They're talking about the drones delivering here soon.
It's amazing that a company like Amazon has such ability to get the kind of volume from people, get their information. Let's just say that they ordered a particular item, or let's just say that they were, giving their opinion about something, and all over the country and all kinds of counties. They get that information, ship it in, they're able to match it up with their name, signature, kind of what they put it on, and we have a real accountability of, millions and millions of people about what they wanted. I don't, that's a private organization,
There's a lot of probably data going around, probably algorithms.
Yeah, a lot of things
There's
going
probably
on.
if you could get behind the curtain, take a peek at the system, we'd probably be amazed. But I just think it's kind of magic. You order something 2 to 3 days later, it's usually there, and it's usually in good condition. And then you got some boxes to resell your stuff in.
If only our governmental agencies ran like private corporations sometimes, there might not be so many
Never gonna happen.
lost
Your
things.
post office.
lost things or
Post office is
mismatched
not a
No,
publicly traded company by any extent.
Post office does
It's paid for by us.
Post office does a great job, but you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Oh, I know you're trying to poke a bear that's been out for hibernation and near death. So I'm not biting. I was talking about 75-cent selling your cards. That's a great deal. That's going to save our listeners a lot of money.
I haven't seen you in weeks, so I don't know how far to peek and poke and prod.
Not very. I'll just walk off, take my cards, and go home.
Wow, that good of a Thanksgiving, huh?
Thanksgiving, me and the wife, man, we had a good one. We had steak for Thanksgiving.
It was a good time of year. So I want to pull something out. I've been looking, because like I said, I've got a couple items listed. Again, I'm still waiting on some PSA stuff, but I've got some stuff back. Man, you don't realize how much fees are. Like, Macari's fees are pretty steep, man.
Yeah, you got to figure that out and price accordingly. I don't know. Some people just like to lose money.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I had some cards that I bought and trying to, flip them, and man, I have to sell it for, the fee is 10% plus the processing fee plus the shipping. So, it's like almost, $30-40 to sell something that's $250.
Well, see, that's why shipping, I make the buyers always pay.
Yeah.
You build it into your price if you're going to do free shipping, but then you have things come up like shipping charges, shipping rates change, so you have to adjust that. But I don't usually do free shipping. And then, your fees, there's fee to do business, and that's usually why I go with eBay.
Yes.
That's usually why I kind of know where I'm at. Now I don't have the PayPal fee because of I'm on the shipping eBay.
You're on the good list.
Magic shipment page. I don't remember what it's called right now. I got a little bit of a fog going, folks, so I might not remember a lot of things. But the eBay shipping, managed payments.
Yes.
There is a fees to doing business, but also, like we've talked about, you're getting your product in front of those eyeballs.
I know we talk a lot about other platforms, but eBay is the best. They just are. They're the biggest. They're the baddest. Like I said, there's a lot of things that they do right and well, and
unless you're in the Amazon train.
Yeah.
Which Amazon, you're going to do a lot more volume, but if you're talking fees and you think your Mercari or your eBay fees are steep, go talk to somebody that's selling on Amazon, where you're paying $50 a month to have the privilege to sell on Amazon. So.
It's true. But like the same thing, if you're selling a lot, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it depends what you're selling. If you're selling, your new with tag Monopoly games versus your Reggie Jackson PSA 5s, it's a whole different world, different game.
It all depends on what you're selling.
But
what you're flipping.
We've been big proponents and talking eBay for a couple of years now. It feels like so.
It'll be 3 here. Well, it won't be 3, but it'll be in the 3rd year. It's already almost 2021, so that happened.
We're coming up on it. So with that, that's why I usually buy on Mercari, and I sell on eBay. And I might take something I bought off my car and sell it straight to eBay. And, you know, fees, whatever. I think a lot of times people are just cleaning the closet, which isn't a bad thing. That's how we all kind of get started. But you need to make some money on it, or it's just, you know, shuffling the deck.
Yeah, you're always, there's always things going on. So, you got something you want to hit, or do you want me to go with what I got?
You go with what you got.
I know that the fun part is this time of year, and we talk about finding out like that special gift, or that's something that you know, is unique, and again, it's always nostalgia. I mean, I think a lot of people, you know, our demographic is, we have a lot of people that, you know, are around our same kind of age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, but when you find out what somebody really likes, and I think that's where we've been going with some of the things, is tickets. Finding specific tickets of concerts or movie theaters, or just different things that help them trigger that memory of when they were somewhere else. And people call to it, you know, they've talked about, do you want a gift that's like a, I don't know, disposable gift, like a meal, or do you want like an experience? And I think when you're looking at tickets, it's like both. It's like you're getting an experience, because you can reminisce on when you went to that Tom Petty concert in 1979, or whatever the thing was. And then also it shows that you really care about something that somebody might have done. Does that make sense? I know you've been talking a lot about it.
Yeah, it seems to me kind of the progression that we're getting into with the show. We kind of start with, I mean, we're kind of continual flow, and this is whatever we're kind of into. But yeah, I've been getting into some tickets, and been talking about it, and we had friends that are kind of getting into it again.
Yeah.
And I think with the PSA and the grading, and you get something that looks cool, like you're saying, it's a memory to where,
Yeah.
hey, this was, you know, the Rolling Stones 1982 concert that, you know, Dad took you to, or whatever.
Yeah, it's a wide swath. I mean, we know not everybody's into cards. It's what we've gotten, because it's really changed. I mean, think about, I haven't been to a thrift store all year, and it's still like, man, there's just so many weird things going on that as you've kind of progressively got to it. But tickets, everybody, like if you went to a concert or you went to a movie, I mean, you know, those kind of things.
Or a NASCAR event, or, I mean, that's the thing.
Play.
The thing of it is, and we kind of got into this when we were in our text group last night, me, you, and Mr. Painter, and I just got to think, there's so much there's just so much, like, you can take down a rabbit hole, but you can just, I mean, you can make a niche out of selling, like you're saying, Alice in Wonderland tickets from Broadway, or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
And that could be all that you do, or you could branch out and sell, you know, multiple, you could, I mean, it's just so crazy that, we were talking, folks, for those of you that want to know how nichey we were getting, we were talking Andre the Giant pro wrestling cards from Japan, and tickets. And if that's not kind of a microcosm of things that you can sell or do, I mean, it's just weird, because the opportunity, and it's the same with the thrift stores or whatever. You could just specialize in selling Kiss t-shirts, or you could do Polo t-shirts, or you can do all t-shirts,
Yeah.
or you can do, you know, wood-burned signs that were made by, you know, men in their 50s, or you can do artwork, or you can do, I mean, there's just so much out there that when people kind of have a hard time getting the concept of what you're reselling or what you're doing, it's like just pick a lane and go down it and see what happens. And if you don't like it, take the next exit and get on the next freeway. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, here's a 1994 playbill from Carousel, or it was a 1944 play. I mean, just like I said, again, these things that help you remember an event with, let's just say, a special family member, or sometime grandpa did. It's just one of those things that triggers and floods back memories, because I know it seems like it, but if you think about it now, like we take way too many pictures. We take pictures of a lot of things. But do you remember, like, I don't have a picture of when I went to a Clay Walker concert in, I think it was like, what, 1998? First concert I ever went, like, you didn't have phones. You didn't have
you didn't have phones. You had to come prepared, and then
Yeah.
you take your picture and hope that it would develop
Yeah.
upright. But that's just the way society's went. It's one of those things that's evolved to where here in like 40 or 50 years, they're going to be amazed that, you know, you didn't have all these baby pictures, or you
Yeah.
didn't have all this, you know, pictures of your high school trip or whatever. I mean, you might have 10, you might have 2 baby pictures. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, technology, again, has changed to where pictures used to cost money, used to be something that, you know, took time, took some effort. now you can take, you can take 100 pictures in 10 seconds if you needed to, and it's just a different world, different society, and values on those kind of things will change. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go, country music concerts, if you want to go country music tickets, if you want to go.
I mean, here's a Rent, from 2006, the play Rent. I mean, there's so many opportunities. The thing that when Painter was talking about these Japanese things, I finally did it. So my soccer cards, famous soccer player Diego Maradona, he passed away this past.
There's some
week.
Controversy on that.
It sounds like he might have allegedly. I don't want to imply anything, but it sounds like somebody killed him.
That's the rumor and innuendo.
But I've got a lot of his cards. I've got about a dozen that are on their way to PSA. And the nice part is, I take a picture of what I sent, and I've got some cool cards. I've got some really cool cards. But I think about maybe a week before he passed. I'll just show this to you so you can see what I'm talking about. It was pretty dang cool. I was quite pleased by it. There you go. That's one of his cards.
Okay, so you bought a card, $25 for a 1990 card.
Yeah, but you can keep looking.
Keep looking, keep strolling.
Keep looking. Look at the wording a little more.
What am I looking at?
It's in Russian.
Oh, USSR. Oh, I just translated it in my head.
Oh yes, I know. So that kind of triggered me when you talked about Japanese cards. Some of these people they're not just here, they are worldwide superstars. So I'm like, man, that is really cool because there aren't many of them. So
well, that's the thing, is it's all kind of what is out there, right? So if you're talking, we always go something common, but if you're talking a Shrek DVD and you're trying to sell it on eBay, well, there's literally millions of Shrek DVDs made, right?
Yes.
But if you have a special edition director's cut Shrek DVD remastered, probably don't want it in Italian or Russian, but then you have a lot smaller window. So if there's somebody that collects that kind of a thing, which I don't know if there is or not, but I know people collect DVDs, I'm just trying to get off cards a little bit, then you have that window of that guy that's trying to collect that, and there's only 300 or 30,000 of these made versus the millions. It's a lot more desirable, and the prices can go up a lot more. So we've been talking some pro wrestling cards over in Japan, and obviously it's not going to be. Already the market's not going to be that big because it's pro wrestling cards. But then pro wrestling cards in Japan, even smaller, even more of a niche thing.
But the riches are in the niches.
That's what we're hoping for. So,
well, you've proven that. Like I said, you are selling lots and lots of cards all over the world.
It's been pretty good. I've actually had a lot of international going over to the United Kingdom here the last week or so. So, it's there. It's just how much time, how much effort do you want to put into it?
I got this from China this morning.
Adam saves his postage.
From China.
From China, because why not? What was in there?
The Rona.
What else?
Oh, the Ronavirus.
You know if you had the Rona.
I don't even remember what came in there today.
Adam just gets
I did.
random letters from people. Are you in some sort of a pyramid scheme where people send you money for, good luck and fortune or something like that? A card from...
Another oldie soccer card.
That was old Compass.
But the problem, that's a reprint, and I knew it was, a reprint, and it looks really good. And, I'm just again hoping that, because reprints are still worth money too.
I'm just hoping you can pull PSA and they'll put it in there as an original.
Well, I figured it can't be from 1976 because it has www.panini.com on there. So
yeah,
that kind of threw me off. And I got some Lees the other day too. This just came in the mail.
Yeah, I remember you ordered those. Your Tops Now, your presidential debate.
Yeah, so
you can get all these graded.
I'm going to.
Is that what you can do?
They're all on the list to send off. So
I did a big push when I was still down with the Rona, but feeling a little better. I just I went through all my stuff and sent it in to get everything that was gonna get graded. I went through, got graded on my autograph cards and stuff. I needed to get authenticated. I went through it. I went full bore.
You threw out some dollar bills,
and here next year about this time when I get all this stuff back, watch out, world! I'm gonna be a millionaire.
How many cards you got out right now?
A lot. I don't even know. I'd have to look.
More than me?
Probably.
Well, I told you I got several.
Start back in March, and then to now, and probably thousands. Maybe not thousands. I got hundreds. I don't know. We have to go home and add them up now.
462.
If you're still listening to this podcast, the exciting answer to how many cards Derek has might come up with next week. Oh, I definitely got more than 462.
That's what I'm waiting on right now.
Because I had the 200 bulk order in the spring that we sent in. I've had a few other since, and then the other day I sent off probably about 300 or so.
I've got several to send over. So, well, Derek, man, you even brought us in a little something to look at
And
here.
the wall. If you're looking to get cards and you can't find them anywhere, here's my hot tip. You go to the Walgreens and they got these jumbo boxes, and they're just fun to open and go through. They're just a mixture of cards of years and brands and everything like that. But there's one pack usually in there at least, and you never know what you might find. What treasures may await you.
You might find gold. So, well, I want to hit one thing. Like I said, we're getting close to tax season. I know it's crazy to say we are, but we aren't. But I downloaded the software, so I've been able to look at 2020. They pulled the window back. It's extremely bare bones because it's going to change. But everyone needs to know this. There's going to be something different this year that has never happened before on your taxes. So hope you're all paying attention. The best part is every single person on here is going to have to account for something. Do you remember back in, when was it, April? You got a whole bunch of free money.
Yes, yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that stimulus and everybody's buying stuff on eBay? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now they're saying that we've been going to get another one for about 5 months now. Yeah.
Allegedly. But that doesn't matter. Hopefully it goes. Well, who knows if it does or doesn't. But you are now going to have to be accountable for it. And what I mean by that, they're not asking for it back, even though at some point it will come out of your taxes. Let's be honest, free money comes from nowhere. But you are going to have to account for it on your tax return in the year 2020.
Oh, account by it. Don't they have the information that they mailed it to you?
Well,
So you're going to say, yep.
Allegedly. That's the whole, they don't know. The issue is they want to know if everyone on your tax return for this year compared to the last year or the following year, if somebody else might be eligible to get more stimulus money.
So is that taxable income?
No, it is not.
You're saying I got it.
They have to account for it because there's still people who didn't get it who potentially are eligible for it.
So they haven't figured out how to get it to everyone yet.
Yes.
Like this vaccine.
Exactly.
We can't figure out how to give people free money
Exactly.
because people can't say I need my money.
Yes, but they can figure out it. They can figure out how to get Amazon packages all over there.
Well, there you go. Well,
So-
maybe a logistics.
A logistic thing. So that'll be one thing. They still haven't announced how they're going to. My guess is they're going to send you some form like the 1095A if you have Obamacare health insurance. There will be some form that's going to say, hey, we got $1,200 or we got $2,400 or whatever that dollar amount is, and then you will have to put it on your tax return.
Well, it's good to talk taxes too because it's getting to be the end of the year. Time to, the end of this month, you're done with your mileage, with your anything you're writing off. If you're buying new stuff, I was always a proponent of getting new stuff.
Yep, we'll get into that. I've got a whole little worksheet next week I wanted to hit, but that was one thing that triggered my memory is that stimulus money. Every single person listening, unless you're in one of our several countries, so everyone in the United States of America, they gave us free money and we got to account for it, but they don't know where it came from. So on the tax return,
Your country probably knows what you got and where it came from.
that's true. But like I said, so that's something to keep
Look
in
at
mind.
you, Romania.
Keep in mind when you go to do your taxes, because my guess is there are going to be some big issues. If it's anything like I said, that 1095A issue, your return will go through, but then it gets rejected, and then you have to fax it in, and it really mucks up the system. So this is going to be one thing that you want to make sure that you are accurate on. And I'm always a proponent too of filing first is not necessarily the best idea. Even if you're getting money back, it's okay to wait a little bit. That way you make sure everything goes through. We still don't know exactly when tax day is going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be delayed again. I hope it is, but there you go. There's just one little tax tip. Make sure you watch for your economic stimulus money accountability that's going to happen, D-Roy.
Hey guys, it's D-Roy Everitt and Adam Beasley from the Deathpiles and Taxes podcast that you're listening to right now.
Your favorite accountant, I know. It's the greatest thing in the whole world.
A lot of you have been asking what you can do to help the podcast out, and seriously, all we want is a review.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a 5-star review, but if not, be fair, at least a 4.
We know you're listening. Like I said, we see the numbers. We're all over the world. Like I said, it's just we see it. We appreciate everyone listening. Help us get a little higher up there. Help us get more new
Helps with
listeners.
the algorithms. People can help find us out, and it really does help. So if you can go to Apple, iTunes, that's where a lot of you are already listening, or wherever you're listening.
Spotify, Apple, all of these different things. They're all out.
Wherever you listen, give us you don't even have to write a review, just give us 5 stars. If you want to give us a review, that's cool too. We appreciate it, and keep listening.
Thanks for listening, guys. Well, that was quite the eventful break there, D-Roy.
Yeah, we really took a break.
We really did take a break. We are breaking packs of cards, D-Roy was.
I'm breaking her open, man. Now I'm a millionaire.
Listening to some older Jim Rome, the softball guy. He had a good take about your buddy Uncle Scumbag.
Uncle Scumbag.
I mean Grandpa Joe. Which did we get into the real Scumbag story? Now that I bring that up.
No, we haven't got into it.
We had dabbled in it. So several years ago, as Derek, he's quite the entrepreneur. He knows what's going on. He knows what to buy. He knows what to sell, especially come Christmas time.
Most years. This year, I'll say I'll admit I'm off my game.
Yeah, but you've been doing it all year with the cards. I mean, you figured out a little niche to make money in. But several years ago, Derek, he's always got a thing that he sells online, usually on the Facebook Marketplace, because it's a good spot.
Well, when you're talking the fees too, if you have something that's going to cost a lot of money to ship, or you don't want to pay fees, Facebook Market Group is nice because it's local and there's no fees.
No fees, and it's usually quick flip. It's for cash money. I know those people like some cash money sometimes.
They meet you over in the Red Lobster parking lot. They give you a gift card. You go in, you get your bowl of clam chowder. Am I right?
Cheddar biscuits, and you're good to go. But Derek had some fingerlings. That was the hot toy. I think it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's about three years ago.
I know it was. I have the timestamp.
Oh, Adam's down, and down, timestamp continuum.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that. Getting me all choked up here. If it's somebody who's going after my guy, and I don't like that.
Just breathe.
So Derek has these fingerlings, and you buy them. It's supply and demand. I mean, it's everything in life.
Well, and to put it in context, that year I bought the fingerlings in September is when I started buying, getting ready for Christmas. So months in advance, I was buying them. Probably, I don't remember, they were like $10 to $14, and I was selling them for just trying to double money. Probably about 30 to begin with before the craze really went off. So
And it started going up and up and up, and that's just the way it is.
supply and demand, right?
But there was this guy who went after him. And there's a lot of people that go after you. You're ruining my Christmas.
You're in it for the kids. What kind of a person does this?
Yeah, they're ticked off because they think that you just went over to Walmart yesterday and bought 10 of them and now are selling them online, which is not the case.
And even if I did, who cares? Like, it's the same with this new Xbox that's out and PlayStation. If you're looking on online comments on that, this is the way I've kind of processed it too. Is there's a lot of hecklers, right? We like to go to baseball. We were talking baseball earlier. There's a lot of people that will stay up in the stands and they'll just heckle and yell and they'll say all sorts of nasty things. But those people will never go take a turn at bat.
No.
Because they might strike out. Where there's some of us that will go up and we'll take a swing at bat, but when we're at bat, there's usually a lot of hecklers that are telling you what a scumbag you are. Anyways.
I like that analogy. Yeah, you got to get up to the plate to take a turn. But Derek had, purchased these things, and there was this one particular guy, and normally Derek he doesn't anymore because he's been banned from several groups.
True.
He will get on there and, not interact, but not be, mean, but it kicks you up to the top.
Okay, well, here's part of the thing is why and I got some stuff going with some stuff I'm selling now too, that maybe I'll get into a little later, but why just sit there and take it, right? If somebody's gonna be like, you're a piece of crap, scumbag, you're awful, you're doing Christmas for everyone. If you don't, punch back a little bit, it's almost like you're guilty, and everyone else that sees that's just going to be like, oh, that's what he is. I'm not going to buy from this guy or anything like that. And also, on a lot of these, yard sale type groups, not necessarily the marketplace, but you got these. Every community's got their own way of doing a yard sale page. Usually it's by town if you're in a smaller town, neighborhood if you're in bigger cities. But there's so much traffic and so much stuff that gets posted on there that I don't know if it still does, but back then, if somebody was to comment, it would bounce it back to the top to where everyone could see it.
Yeah.
And so if somebody would say something to me where you usually just don't interact or don't care, I'd bait them and I'd keep going I'd be like, I'd comment back. And so that they'd comment back, and every time that would happen, it would just put me at the top of the page.
Yeah.
And it was a good way to have a lot of eyeballs on what you're selling, and I sold out of everything. So that's a little pro tip. I don't know if it still does that. I imagine it still does.
Wow. December 2nd of 2017, almost to the day, 3 years ago, Derek was posting his things about fingerlings, and Derek says, nope, they don't. Keep scrolling and keep your nose out of my business, please.
Adam's kept screenshots of this. So.
Yes, I have.
The nope, they don't. I'm assuming that they probably said you can get these at Walmart for $3.50, and they got boxes full.
Nope, they don't.
I'm guessing that's where the nope, they don't came in.
I only took part of it, and this guy wrote in. It's not even his real name. Wrote in Tomic, whatever his name is.
If he's out there, if everyone could go tell him that he's a scumbag right now, I'd appreciate it. Anyway.
If he wants to come on the show and defend his honor, we're happy to have him.
I'm not going to be the same right. He could call in, but I'm not going to be sitting here with a piece of crap like that.
But he says, you're still a scumbag. And 6 people liked it. And guess you can't read, keep on moving. The best part is right below it. We love sweet Amber Brandon, which we know it's not real. Do you have any sloths left? Yes, I do.
And those sloths were going for big money at the time. So what happened is the fingerlings got mass produced, and then they had like these special editions, and they made like a panda and a sloth like last minute. I guess we were in the month of December, but they were very hard to get hold of. So if I had a sloth, I probably bought it for $15 and sold it for $100.
Yes.
And same with, I think it was a panda. They had a couple different variations. And people were getting pretty hot about it.
Yes.
Because their kids wanted them. And I had them.
And they couldn't find them.
And they couldn't find them, but Walmart has the, you were just over there clearing the shelves. Well, what if I was? It's supply and demand. I know not everybody likes doing this. Like, there's a lot of people that say, well, I'm not going to do that. I'll resell, I'll do whatever, but I'm not going to be somebody that goes to the store. And why, if you're going to the store, if you're trying to do this to make extra money for yourself, and you walk past shelves and you see $20 bills taped to each one of these things, or $100 bills or whatever, why are you not going to take those so that somebody else can get those? Well, again, somebody else is going to do it. It's not like it's a magical communal thing where everyone's just going to get what they want. A lot of times these hot toys and stuff to make a name for the company are intentionally underproduced so that they get this kind of a, like the Hatchimal with the Spin something company. I forget who did fingerlings. But now they branch out to where that's kind of how they make their name for a company. Nintendo is notorious for doing this when they have a new system, is just not having enough, because then what happens is you'll see it in the news, people are fighting for the new Nintendo Switch, there's not enough to go around, or you'll see it on the Facebook groups, you'll see it on the eBay, and it's just like somebody's paying $10,000 for this. It's just free marketing, and then they'll ramp up and produce more in January and February. But that was a lot of people were, well, Santa's just going to leave a note to my kids saying that we can't get the fingerlings because the North Pole is all out, but we'll have some in January. Well, good. Your kid's Christmas is going to suck, or you can pay me $30 and you can get it. There's a premium to things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. You're taking the risk. It's kind of like the concert tickets where there is a drop dead date. I mean, that's with all the holiday things, but it doesn't happen every year. But sometimes there are years where, I mean, and a lot of people were hoarding fingerlings, and they kind of got burnt with them because they did kind of start producing more towards the end of the month, if I remember correctly. But, there's these hot toys that come around, and I guess you can just turn off the comments, which I'll probably start doing now.
Yeah.
It got to the point where my wife was a little worried because some of these guys come unglued about this kind of stuff.
And they use some vulgar language too.
Oh yeah, and Adam, I guess, was taking screenshots and saving it because he knew we were going to do a podcast.
It was. It's in my thing, so you guys can check that out on the Facebook page.
But here's the same thing is, and I'll often say this is, well, do you get mad when somebody bought a house for $100,000 and then 10 years later sold it for $300,000? Because that's a lot more of a scumbag move than $30 for a kid's sloth toy.
Yes.
Or if I bought me a car for $10,000 and I drove it around for 5 years and its blue book value's at $7,000, you still owe me the 10 because that's what I paid for it. No, if you're screwing somebody over or paying, if I was asking $10 for a fingerling, you wouldn't say, hey, that's worth $15. You'd say, oh, that's a good deal, I'm gonna get that. So if you're screwing somebody over, that's fine. But if you perceive that I'm screwing you over, it's not fine.
Yes.
Which is supply and demand. That's all it is.
Get mad at Nike when you buy those $120 shoes and they paid some kid in China 3
Well,
cents.
that's the other thing that people don't seem to realize in this country, and it drives me nuts, is do you think that everything is just fair trade and Walmart is just full of things that cost them $20, they're selling it for $20.
Yeah.
And a burger at McDonald's costs $3 and they're selling it for $3 and they're just all breaking even? Or I told one of these guys, now you got me riled up. I remember I told one of these, I did this, actually I did this the other day as well, because if I see people kind of getting bullied on Facebook, I'll come to their defense, because what do I care? But I said to the people, do you work for minimum wage? And they don't.
Yeah.
Well, why not? Because I have certain value, or I got expertise, or I got a degree, or whatever. And it's like, well, guess what? There's a premium to have them on the team too. You're taking money out of the guy's pocket that's below you that his family could be taking because you're making more money.
It's true.
The boss is paying you more, so he can't pay that guy more. I mean, however you want to break it down to be morally superior or feel good about yourself, that's fine. But there's a premium sometimes on products. And Lord knows what would happen if they know that sometimes I'll go to a DI and buy something for $1 and sell it for $100.
Yeah.
And that's usually why I do like keeping it on eBay and that kind of thing, is because people know the game. When you're selling the fingerlings on eBay, you aren't getting nasty messages.
Yeah, you don't care. If they want it, they buy it.
And they know that you went to Walmart and got it, but they know that they can't go to Walmart in Sheboygan and get it. So I thought that might be a little more locally, but the more I see and the more I'm online, people just kind of hate resellers. And I don't understand why. You're doing somebody a favor. It doesn't matter. They weren't going to get it anyways.
Yeah.
You went there and you got it 3 months ago or 2 days ago. By the time they got off work and their lazy butts, I'll say, got down there to pick it up after they went over and saw if there was any, whatever they were getting. It wasn't there anyways. It was gone. By the time your kid wanted it, that's what I used to tell people is I know what your kid wants for Christmas before they do.
Yeah.
And, you can usually trend things and try to find marketing campaigns, and it's gotten a little weird. I mean, there's just a lot of things out there. Anyways, I kind of dove into cards more, but it's just weird. So I'm selling those things that came in the mail the other day. I guess I can say, what do I care? I've said it before. My Santa IDs, and I've got them from. I buy them off Etsy for like $3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I buy them in bulk. I bought a good volume worth, and then I sell them locally for $20. People love them. It goes great.
Yeah.
Well, some turd bucket found a link for the Etsy where I got them from.
Yeah.
And you POS, you can buy these on Etsy for $3. Well, what you don't realize is you have to pay, $35 to ship unless you get a certain dollar amount. So say something like that, well, no, it's only $3 to ship. Well, how do you think that you're going to ship something from Ireland to here for $3? It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and they're not going to just send you one.
And they're not just getting, and like I'm buying them. Well, you're a scumbag for doing this, for trying to have kids have a good Christmas, for finding something. Well, you can't just buy something off Etsy and then resell it. Well, why not? It's illegal. Somebody told me it's illegal.
It's illegal.
How is that illegal? What's illegal is you telling somebody that they can't sell their own property for. If I want to ask $1 million for one and I bought it for 10, that's my prerogative. I'm just going with a market price that I've established. But I mean, the first day that I was selling those, it was right when I was getting the Rona. But the first day that I sold those, I made my money back and then some. And now I got hit it a little hard again. But I've been down and out. But it's one of those things where it's just like, if you find something and you're going to invest the time and the effort to do it, your time and effort's worth something. And I don't know, it's all these hecklers that are up in the stands. They're yelling at you. They'll never take a swing at bat.
No.
They don't care. They just think life's horrible and you're the reason for it, I guess.
Two things on that, man. I thought I was going to get you with the election fraud, poke the bear, but no, you didn't bite it. But man, Scumbag, you bit it hard.
There's things that are real and aren't, so I go after the truth.
Oh, gee. Wow. The other thing is I'll skip back that two things.
And you've called me Mr. Scumbag ever since then, and now it's a term of endearment.
That's how he's.
It's kind of like Mr. Wonderful on the Shark Tank.
That's
I'm
right.
Mr. Scumbag.
He is saved in the phone as Mr. Scumbag. Getting to that item that people want, the Sony PlayStation 5. If you could get it, if you could get it right now, I mean, they're selling for. They're allegedly they're $500.
Well, there's different versions too. There's the
Yes.
one with the disc and one without the disc.
Yeah, see, that's the whole idea. This is, wow.
And then there's the Xbox at the same time.
You're supposed to be able to buy them for $500, but now it's anywhere from $1,400, $1,500, $1,800. So it's significantly more than
Well,
what you're supposed to.
there was it's supposed to, but it's supply, right? It's what the market dictates it's worth. So there was wait till February and there'll be plenty of them. Well, guess what? Christmas is over in February. Your kid's crying and you scarred him. So pay a little. Don't be such a cheapskate, or give him an old PlayStation or whatever. But that's on you.
Yes.
But don't be a turd to the person selling it. One of the things I sold, or not sold, but there's a guy selling one of the new Xboxes. It's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
But this lady was like, "There's a whole pallet of them at Walmart right now." I'm like. I said BS to her. I said, no, there's not. Where's that? I'll go buy them all right now if there is. You're lying. Why is it any better for you to lie? Why is it morally superior for you to lie to these people and say there's a whole pallet down at the Walmart? So you get 20 people driving down to the Walmart because Miss Marilyn said that they're there, and they get there and they haven't had them since, they had 5 2 weeks ago or whenever they came out. It's okay for you to lie so that they don't buy them from this guy for double the price? Let's let this guy sell his crap. I mean, if your kid wants the new Xbox, and you want to pay for it, that's what you're going to do. And if not, that's fine too. You don't have to buy it. It's not like it's insulin and you're diabetic and you need it to live, right? It's not, this is the pandemic toilet paper scare, whatever. This isn't an essential item to live. Your kid does not need a brand new PlayStation 5 for Christmas. They don't.
No.
But if you want to be that guy, if you want to give them that special Christmas, like we've been talking about, parents are feeling the guilt, then you got to pay a little bit. And you might have to pay Richard to come meet you down at the Five and Dime and buy it off him in the parking lot. But that's the going rate. That's, you should be just, I don't know, it infuriates me.
I did not know I was going to poke the bear that hard to call him Scumbag. But that's the story. No, we'll skip off it. Check out the Facebook page. You can see the post.
Well, here's the other things, though, is for every scumbag, and I can show you, I don't take the screenshots, but when I put up even these licenses, I put some more up, and people said, I just got mine today, thank you, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Or I'd have people that would text me, or I'd go meet them, and they said, hey, you just made my kids Christmas, I appreciate it. The people there's people that just, they know the game, they know what it is, and they're appreciative of it, and they're good with it. I was a lot with the Hatchimals. That was a year before that, I think. And some lady drove from, it was over 100 miles away. It was over in Tooele, which means nothing unless you live here, to Orem, and met me after work and paid me whatever I was asking. And she almost had tears in her eyes, can't find it nowhere. It's going to make my daughter's Christmas great. So for every one of you that call me a scumbag, that went by the thing to be, they're not usually even interested in the thing to begin with, right? It's not like they buy it. If I said, okay, I'll sell it to you for $500, they're not going to buy that Xbox. They don't care. They're just up in the stands heckling in the cheap seats that they got for free because they're cheap.
It's just like you
Not Jimmy Cheapy Pants cheap. They're the bad cheapers.
They are the bad cheap. For our account, we everything's on Google. A lot of things you can go to check us out on our Google reviews for Atom Up account, and we've got 146 of them.
That's more than we got for Deathpiles and taxes.
Yes.
Why don't you make all those people give us reviews?
That's true. I have 2 1-star reviews. I have 2 3-star reviews, 2 4-stars, and 145 stars.
So that's the thing. There's always the turd.
But the same thing. This one guy, it's just a funny story. He gave me a 1-star review. He says, I was hoping to meet with Adam to see if he would be a good fit. A 15 to 20 minute meeting was what I asked for. Instead, he suggested a tax planning appointment for which he would charge me $100. I didn't even want a tax planning meeting. Just a hi, my name is Tom, might be a good fit for us meeting. Seemed too strange. I couldn't meet Adam before I hired him. His reviews from clients are awesome, but I wasn't about to pay him to meet him.
I wouldn't pay to meet you either.
Yes.
Where do I go get my 1-star review? You sit here and berate me weekly.
Oh, geez.
Everyone go to Adam Up Accounting and give it 1 star for Derek.
So if you want free services
Don't really do that.
or free items, go to Derek's store and say, I want free stuff.
Does it work if you go into the I always say Walmart, if you go to Target and you're just like, well, this should be free. How dare you charge this? Like,
It's like I give away samples.
I mean, Adam's a businessman, and you gotta pay.
We take care of a lot of people.
But if you just come by and say, hey, I want to meet you, come in and shake his hand, he's not gonna, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not gonna be like, you need an appointment and turn him away.
But hey, I did this on TurboTax.
But hey, I want to sit down with you for an hour and a half and see if we're a good fit. Yeah,
Can you
take me out to dinner if we're gonna date, buddy.
Can you fix this for me and do it for free is basically what happened. So that's just kind of the other thing. But
Yeah, you got me all fired up
I'm
now.
sorry. I want to hit one thing.
Yeah, I want to hit a few things.
I'll give you something to think. I'm a big believer in karma, and I'm a big believer in, especially sports related. You gotta always keep your cards to your vest. You can't bring out, you can't do anything. Saturday night we were watching a football game that we are all very emotionally involved in. And our team, the Utah Utes, they were up 21-0.
Horrible.
And Pelican, he's the one that jinxed it.
I wasn't even tell this story.
I'm going to, because you got me all fired up about you being fired up. Waddy, we know you're the Washington guy. You got it. The reason that Washington won, you can thank Mr. Pelican, because he came onto the text line and said, suck it, Waddy. And after that moment, it all went
The floodgates opened up. Utah is horrible this year, if you care. Our arch rivals, Adam's other team, BYU's doing great because they're playing a bunch of high schools. I think this week they're playing my alma mater for bragging rights for state championships, but I can take shots still.
The karma hit us, so Waddy, you're welcome. Pelican, he's the one that did it for you. Has nothing to do
I
with
always send him a Christmas card.
the people on the field.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with coaching or playing. It's all out of our hands. I like Ritz crackers, Adam likes karma.
That's right. So I just thought I'd bring that up too.
Well, you speaking of Waddy, let me bring this up again. The Trader Joe's right now has the Christmas things, those
Pumpkin spices?
no, it's Christmas. It's like a snowman that you pour hot water on, make hot chocolate.
Oh,
or
like
whatever.
snow bombs or whatever those
That
things are.
they're going. My sister and I think my brother both went over there. They were like going to restock them. They're a hot item. I know Waddy was selling them by the truckload last week or last year. Get in on that niche, I guess, or those kind of seasonal things. Starbucks has their cups. If you're into that, I know we were kind of into that last year. They have ones that change color with heat or with cold. Those are going pretty good. Some of the BOLO'S are that. I don't know what the hot toy is.
PS5.
I've been fighting death. I told you about that. Did we have Aaron in here? I don't remember.
We did.
A couple weeks ago I thought we talked about this.
We probably did.
That was coming out.
Best thing is you can archive it. That's the best.
That's the thing.
All these
back and listen.
conversations.
I usually know what I'm talking about somewhat, and if I don't, we just don't talk about it. So it works out.
Oh man, I'm sorry I got you fired up, but it's going to be a good episode. So for all those who made it,
Well, see, there was the scumbag about the Santa things again, and the people that not only that. So not only do I confront there, but now I'll send a message and like, dude, what did I do to you?
Yeah.
Why are you coming on here and trying to take? Because you're trying to rip people off because it costs. You're asking $20 and you can buy it on Etsy for $6. Like, yeah, you gotta ship it for $40. It's it's $35 to ship. No, it's not. Okay, well, you're accusing me of buying it and doing that. So either I know what it costs or I don't.
Yeah.
Are you going to start doing that? Well, no. And this one person, and it's usually people that could use the help.
Yeah.
It's usually, you look on the page or whatever, they're usually poor people that need help with a lot of kids that may or may not go to a certain religious institution around here or not. But, so this one person that was kind of coming hard at me, and I'm like, what did I do to you? And my wife was kind of getting a little chapped. And so we go and look at her page, and she's selling cookies because her husband's working 3 jobs. So I said, maybe your husband wouldn't have to work 3 jobs if you'd sell some stuff like this, and you wouldn't have to sell cookies, which I'm sure you're not marking up at all, because I'm sure your cookie that costs you 25 cents to make that you're selling for $6 a dozen or whatever, well, you know, how's that math work? It's the same thing. But you could, like, why don't you start doing this? Why, instead of posting and ruining my business, why don't you compete with me? Why don't you sell them for $15 and do the same thing? Well, that's just a horrible thing to do. And my husband enjoys working. Well, he'll enjoy his grave, is what he'll enjoy. You're going to beat him to death. He's going to be on disability. He's going to die when he's 50. Is that what you want?
Wow.
Well, you've worked multiple jobs. I've worked multiple jobs. We've done it. It sucks. And you're doing this hard physical labor, and if that's your preference, I don't know if she works or not. Probably stays at home with kids, which is fine. That's a job. I get it. And she's trying to sell some cookies to make a little extra money. Right now, the bake sales aren't going good. There's a pandemic going around. No one wants to buy stuff from your filthy kitchen. You probably got a bunch of cats and dogs and hair all over the place. And, like, you know, that you can't afford to, because that's usually the same type of people. And so, instead of coming on Facebook and trying to ruin my business, why don't you just do the same? Or go, you know, there's a template there. Go listen to the podcast and start selling stuff. You can make the money and give your husband a break. Or he can start doing it. Instead of working 5 jobs, if he went to a thrift store after his first job and started buying stuff, he could probably supplement a couple of those jobs. And he won't have it blown back when he's 45 and be able to walk his daughter down the aisle. Is that such a bad thing for me to want for people?
No, it's not. And
if that wasn't a derailment of the century.
Wow. Well, D-Roy, he's passionate. That's the thing.
I'm going to start telling these names on the air so people can just go look at their Facebook pages and tell me if I'm accurate or not.
Well, why not? I mean, they posted it there.
I mean, they come at me. That's the thing. They don't understand. That's the other thing. Like, if you come at me and you swing, you better hit and you better connect, because I'm going to come at you. And I'm pretty relentless. And there's a lady that's selling baked beans down somewhere with the other scumbag. What was that lady's name?
The pickled beans.
I need to get back on that one. Make sure that she's still having a horrible time. I kind of get shit. I think the point of why I survived the Rona and all this is people are like, well, you're a good person and you have some things to do and some unfinished business. I think that there's a bit of me that's just an awful person, and it's like the Grinch in his heart. I just need to outlive some people so that I can go dance on their graves. I was going to say urinate on it, but since it's a holiday episode, I'm not going to say it. That's what drives me somewhat, is that I hope some of these businesses go under, like the pawn store that was over there in Spanish Fork. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
When I went in there to buy some cards, and the guy wouldn't even sell me or give me a price on his box of 1990 Fleer baseball cards that were probably worth $5. I probably would have gave him a 20 spot. That's when we discovered Phil, who, God bless Phil. But anyways, drove by that pawn shop the other day and was closed and out of business, and I was kind of had serves him right. I thought good for me. I'm a horrible person. That's why I'm a scumbag, not because of what I do. It's because there's people I want to outlive just so I can go spit on their graves, Adam. That's the kind of horrible person I am.
Derek, you are not wrong. You are passionate. You are back in the game.
When old Lynn's dollar feed store cans to give everyone botulism, and she's has a GoFundMe, I'm gonna give $1 just so I can write a comment about what a piece of crap she is, and then she can listen to Butter Blitz for me back in the plague of 2020. It'd been all right.
I don't know how we got here. I will probably never bring up the word scumbag again. Maybe it'll always be the December. You can have your grievance.
I don't know.
This is your festival.
I mean, we give stuff to the charities and stuff for Santas and stuff. I do a lot of good stuff with some of the stuff that comes in that people don't know or realize, or we help out things. But there's a certain amount of people that just deserve what they get, and they deserve awfulness because they're just awful people.
Scumbag Festivus.
Yeah, there we go. I think I heard some grievances there.
I think that could be the title of the episode.
It might be.
So, D-Roy, man, we're glad to have you back. We're glad to see the punch. I haven't seen you punch this hard in months. You hit harder than Mike Tyson over the weekend. So,
man, did you see any of that?
I don't even know if we can. This was better than the Mike Tyson fight.
And it cost less.
Yes. So.
Send me $40. I just gave you $40 of wisdom.
We'll bring up a picture of Uncle Weekend at Bernie's, and he can punch at him, and you'll get better results.
Me and Adam will hug around the ring for 3 minutes at a time.
Well, D-Roy, there are 2 things in life that are for certain, buddy.
That would be the Deathpiles
and taxes.
Comes the time for Christmas, and I really have to ask if this is feeling merry, how much longer must it last? I wish a one-horse open sleigh would come carry me away, but I've been waiting here all day, and one just hasn't come my way. Now, excuse me if I'm not being reverent, but I was hoping for a miracle to hold me, wash me, save me from a righteous doubt as I watch helpless, and everybody sings if it's Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, solstice, harvest, or December 25th, peace on earth to everyone, and abundance to everyone. You're with la la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 ba dum ba da 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 time for Christmas, and as you raise your Yuletide flask, there's like this feeling that you carry, as if from every Christmas past. It's as if each year it grows. It's like you feel it in your toes, and on your carol goes, harvesting love among your woes. I wanna buy into the benevolent, and I was hoping for a miracle to hold me, watch me, make me know what it's about, as the longing in me makes me wanna sing. Well, nothing done, season celebration, or just the end of the year. Christmas can mean anything, and I mean to keep its hope forever dear. La 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 da 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 da. As if a cold and frozen soul is warm to love by love's own hand, so goes the prayer for a day, peace on earth and goodwill to man. At 20 below, the winter storm it billows, but the fire is so warm inside, and the children, while nestled in their pillows, dream of St. Nicholas's ride, and how the next day they'll get up and they will play in the still falling Christmas snow, and together we'll celebrate forever in defiance of the winds that blow. My God in heaven, now I feel like I'm 7, and the Spirit calls to me as well, as if Christmas it made the winter warmer, made a paradise from what was hell, as if a cold and frozen soul is warm to love by love's own hand. So goes the prayer if for a day, peace would come carry me away, and I'll keep waiting through next May until Christmas comes my way.